Dear Swami, we welcome you here today amidst all of us as we have gathered here for another immersive meditative experience with your divine instruments, Brother Al and Sister Roseanne. Swami, we would first like to offer our very sincere gratitude for guiding us through these 21 days as we all came together in your name to offer our meditative experience to you with love, focus, and sincerity. Now, Swami, we would ask that you guide us so that we can continue this sadhana even more, so that we can all move from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, and from ignorance to knowledge and enlightenment. Sai Ram. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, everyone. We would like to welcome all of you today, and I am going to ask Ramesh Uncle to introduce our speakers and leaders, Brother Al and Sister Roseanne. Sai Ram.
Saira Manusha, thanks for that beautiful invocation prayer of inviting Swami. Al and Roseanne, I think this group already know you very well from the 3 or 4 sessions that we have had so far, including the one at the Unity Conference at our Labor Day retreat. Al and Roseanne are two fantastic people who have been instruments of Swami to guide us. Meditation is one thing that Swami has mentioned it in multiple situations, in multiple discourses, in multiple ways on how to, that it is important that we need to do this on a regular basis. And we all know that this is a method by which we can actually overcome and all the difficulties that we have in our day-to-day life, as well as be able to help us to self-transform. And Al and Roseanne are being some fantastic instruments who have been guided directly by Swami to teach meditation, to kind of guide people on meditation. And Al would not like to say, if I say teach, he says, no, nobody can teach meditation. That's right. So without further ado, we don't want to stand between Al, Roseanne, and the people to benefit from the meditation. We thank Swami and thank Al and Roseanne from the bottom of our hearts for being able to continue this meditative session so that to get us back on this path of self-transformation. Thank you, Al and Roseanne.
Sai Ram, thank you so much. Sai Ram, we are grateful to have the invitation and the opportunity to help all those who would like to further their meditative practice according to Swami's teachings. And we thank you all for inviting us on behalf of Swami to do that. So I understand that you've been meditating like a 21-day meditation practices. So I'd like to find out, we'd like to find out from everyone, and you can unmute your mic and speak, if possible, about your experience during these 21 days and what level of meditational practice or what type of meditational practice are you doing presently? Because Swami's taught about 7 of them. So in the actuality. So if you could share that, it would be nice. And then we can answer, if you have a question, we'd be happy to answer it starting now. So if anybody would like to
Well, hi, Alan. This is Dave Garrity.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Hi, Ron. Very well, thank you. And I've been doing something that's, I guess, part Hilda, but part what you were teaching, which is breathing in through my heart and then up through my chakras. And I just feel energy coming up into my head and slowly I rise. And then I'm getting to a point where I do something that Swami said, which is just make yourself quiet. Just be quiet. And so I just not concentrate, but just allow myself to be quiet. And I've been feeling myself going, it feels like I'm going very, very high and I get very stiff. And so I've actually been concerned, but I can feel myself going into my forehead and then sometimes even to the top of my head. And it's been very amazing. So
Good. Okay.
I want to thank you for this whole challenge. It's been very helpful.
And let me ask you, are you mentally, when you're doing this, what are you thinking?
Well, nothing. When I'm doing this end part, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
So this is the general guideline that Swami has given us, that the mind needs to lock on to a mantra of some form or name and form. But in this case, in your case, let the mind be with Om. Okay, so not just following the breath, but add Om. So follow the breath, add Om. And at a certain point, you won't need the Om, you leave the Om behind. But that's when you go through the top of the head. So to get from,
I haven't gone there yet.
well, you will tonight. But the fact of the matter is, this sixth chakra, third eye, to go from that, which starts at the back of the neck.
Yes, that's where I felt it. Funny.
Right.
I felt it here and then there. That's funny.
Right. Well, it goes from the back of the neck. You'll feel a tingling, then you'll feel some sensation here. Visualize the sun at sunrise in your forehead, and then watch the sun travel through the sky of your consciousness, or through the sky to high noon here. Then not just leave it there. An inch above the top of the head is the eighth chakra. And it's one of the chakras, the higher level chakras that starts in the soul body. And so that, if you think there, it'll easily go through the top of your head. The problem is those chakras have to be opening. That's a matter of karmic release or stress release to that level. And then once you actually let that happen, it'll be more natural. Now, Jyoti meditation, that's what Jyoti meditation is all about. And then when you have it here, it flows all around you, this energy of love, this energy of light, right? Like a fountain overflowing or a cup running over. And then recognize you are not your body. Nothing about the body is actually you. You are consciousness within the vase or temple of the body, experiencing the outer world of Maya, really, because it's all consciousness and the source of consciousness. You are experiencing this outer world of Maya through the lens of the mind.
That I've been having knowing that I was no longer my body a number of times. And I've been actually telling myself, let this busy mind go and just be not my body.
So the mind,
and that worked.
The mind will continue to be busy as long
down below, but it's not with me.
Good.
Yeah.
So you rise to higher levels of frequency and
Yeah.
vibration. Probably somewhere around your third eye, the mind starts dissolving and you realize you're not that. If you have no mind, that means you're already at the top of your head.
Yeah. Okay.
When mind disappears, you're at the top of your head. So now all you have to do is visualize the fountain overflowing to the eighth chakra, because it's convenient to do it that way.
I've been kind of afraid of that. So
Afraid of what?
afraid of going through.
Afraid of yourself?
No, going through, going.
There.
Yeah.
There, 21. The reason we do 21.
One time I felt being there and it was all sparkly lights going off.
Good for you.
Yes, the reason that we do 21 ohms is because there's 21 chakras. So the being only in your 8th chakra is not very much at all.
I always think of 7. So
No,
the time we knew.
21 ohms.
21 worlds.
Okay.
And you could
Thank you very much. Everyone.
did any of those.
You're welcome. So, okay, that's a very good meditative experience where we could explain some of the advanced
Oh, yeah.
of meditation. Anybody else would like to share where they're at? And it doesn't have to be super, advanced. It could be beginning things that come in way of obstacles, or you have questions.
Hi, Alan. Can you hear me?
Hi, Ram.
Sai Ram. My name is Deepak Jahagirdar,
Sai Ram.
and Sai Ram, and I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I've been meditating for many, many years now.
Mhm.
But I just wanted to share that I do basically 2 different kind of meditations. One is the meditation where we are trying to experience, going beyond body, mind, and being the Atma. So I do that, which is, I guess, the meditation we've been talking about. But I also do another meditation called Vedantic meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And in that meditation, you're basically going through the analysis that you're not the body, you're not the mind, you're not the reflected consciousness in the mind, but you are the pure consciousness, which is beyond all that.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So, but that I guess is more a inquiry-based meditation, where you are sort of reminding yourself continually that you are none of these things.
Mm-hmm.
That is part of Maya, but you are beyond Maya.
Good.
And you are the Brahman,
Mm-hmm.
in which all this appears and disappears.
Good. So let me explain the progression of what your experience is. These are not 2 separate meditations in reality. So we start off loving God. We get the love going, or the light going, and the peace feeling. Doesn't have to have love. You can feel a deepening peace inside, right? So hum in the breath, deepening peace.
Right.
So then this deepening peace comes. Then we visualize light in the heart, right? And this is not everybody's meditation. This is just a progression of evolution in meditation. So any of these things that you do, name and form in the heart, all lead to the same mountaintop. So the fact is, then light comes in the heart, and I like to use Om. I start off thinking, Swami's in my heart, you do the meditation, Swami, because you're the doer of everything. You do the meditation. So I'm just going to sit. You do it. I surrender to that, Sharanagati, and then Swami, the light of consciousness is there, growing, filling the body. Then through the top of the head, like the previous person, David, just described. And then the body's boundaries become transparent. And where it's like the sun inside ourselves. And the body, it's shining through the boundaries of the body. They become transparent, and the sun shining in ourselves is consciousness. In actuality, consciousness, they say, because this is not my direct experience, is 1,000,000 times brighter than the sun is. But it's a cool light that does not burn. It does not hurt. So, which David was experiencing as sparkling light, right, at the beginning of it. So
Right.
now I've not experienced 1,000,000 times. I've experienced 1,000 times, but not 1,000,000 times. So I can't say that's my direct experience anymore. But the fact is, once this happens, then you go through the top of the head by saying from here to here, this is self-inquiry. Who am I? Vedantic meditation. To go from here to here is really like, I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not my thoughts and feelings, because I can observe them. So who is the observer? Who am I? This is Ramana Maharshi's path. But one step further, which Swami added, the observer is the buddhi, the higher mind observing the lower mind in this case. You can observe yourself observing your thoughts and feelings. You can observe yourself observing. That which observes the observer is consciousness.
Right.
So consciousness is existence. Just the fact that we are, I am, that's consciousness. The source of consciousness is God, the absolute unmanifest reality of Swami, of who Swami, the form, embodies. Swami said to us many times, do you think I'm this little form? Then you've missed the whole point. But it's nice to love. Bhakti, 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 bhakti. The devotion of the duality of devotion is nice, but not, he said, don't stop there. Go beyond name, go beyond form. To do that, Vedanta is the reality, Vedanta. So all of Swami's meditations lead to the ultimate question, who am I? And he says, you're God. I gave you the answer. Now, real, believe me. So, Roseanne,
Right.
add to this.
The one other thing I wanted to ask you about is, that after a while, you go beyond space, beyond time, and you really don't know where you are. And then suddenly you come out of meditation and you find all this time has passed you by.
What is time anyway?
What is time exactly?
More Maya.
So that yeah, it is part of Maya, just like space and time are both. So that feeling of being just existence, where you're not aware of anything anymore.
That's not existence. Now you're the source of it. When you're not aware of anything, when awareness itself disappears into like the deep sleep state, but you're conscious.
Right.
In deep sleep, there's no awareness of existence. There just is existing.
By itself, existing by itself.
You're the source, you're merging in the source in deep sleep. So every night when everybody goes to sleep, they're merging back into God in deep sleep, but it's unconscious. Meditation makes that conscious. And what you experienced when you completely disappear, and then you come back and you go, where was I? You might not even remember your name when you first come back. You might not even remember where you are or what day it is or anything. I had a friend who sat like that and 3 days, and he came out, and 3 days later, there was 3 days of newspapers at his doorstep. Meditate after that. He got scared.
No,
Yeah, I can imagine.
we got to tell him not to worry.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a beautiful feeling when you come back, because
Virgin in God is beautiful. It's the whole point. Now, why do we meditate? Meditation itself is not the goal. It's the path.
Right.
24/7. Swami says meditation is 24/7. What does that mean? It means you're established in the awareness, and it's a constant choice. You can choose the body or you can choose spirit to identify with. It's a constant choice. Once you're aware that you're not the body, you're not the mind, constantly every day things happen, and you could choose. I'm the infinite consciousness and the source of that. I am. That's Om. Om really means basically I, the universal I. I forgot the exact word for I am, but it's not important. The fact is, we exist. We are existence. And where did that come from? The omnipresent, universal, absolute, unmanifest. That's who we are. We're raindrops in the ocean, and you return to the ocean that moment when you disappeared. So you're the ocean.
That's right. That's right. And what happens is that you have sometimes when you go for a hike or something, right? And you see all these names and forms, you feel like they're just floating inside you,
Mm-hmm.
that they're just appearing in you, like you said, the ocean of awareness.
That's right.
And the people and the trees and the mountains and the
Mhm.
moon and the sun and the stars,
Mhm.
you all feel like they're inside you.
Yes, they are.
They are. And
Inside
and
is
so that
and the outside is in the inside. The inside is in the outside, and the outside is in the inside. Another way to say it is, we are in God, and God is in us.
beautiful.
So you're two very advanced people here, and I don't want to leave people in the dust and get discouraged. A journey of 10,000 miles, Swami always says, starts with one step. You know, Swami says it could happen at any moment. You never know. Ramana Maharshi took 45 minutes, because he had done so much sadhana in the past lives. However, you never know when the blow on the rock is going to crack the rock. Swami says that. So you just keep going, no matter what. Things will get better through meditation. Meditation connects you with the source, who you are, and everything is empowered by that. If you even just meditate for 20 minutes once in your lifetime, that's a tremendous leap in consciousness. But if you do it regularly, okay, now Swami's going to come and answer your prayers. He's going to come and help you. He's going, and with greater and greater purity in your life, because that's what meditation is really for, establishing the human values of truth, nonviolence, peace, love, and doing the right thing. Satya, Dharma, Prema, Shanti, Ahimsa in your life. That's why we meditate. We don't want to become like Ravana. He meditated a lot. So,
Yes.
values in that particular lifetime. Of course, he took on a role that I think it was Vishnu wanted him to take on at the time, and which was to
That,
come to earth and prove that God can overcome all evil. So,
But it's very, very important to have the moral basis while before we start going real high in meditation, because we can our mind, if the mind's active, can just come in and we can really damage ourselves. So the always is the values, is moral values, is the basis. Because meditation, like Al said, without that, we can just go wrong.
and it's easy to go wrong. The mind will rationalize it. Remember this: you're going into beyond the mind. The basis of the mind, the basis of desires and attachments. The mind is composed of desires and attachments, but the basis of the desires and attachments is the ego. And the ego has been around for millions of years. Your individual ego been around for millions of years. You think it's going to want to give up so easily?
obviously not. Yes. It wants to cling to you.
A tricky thing. It'll tell you, oh, it's okay to do this. It'll lead you right off the path. Or, it's okay. That person needs a disciplining, and you yell at them, and that's absolutely the wrong thing to do. And, what business do we have to judge anybody? And, of course, our kids sometimes need to be corrected.
Right.
But, use your judgment. Follow Swami's teachings. Hurt never, help ever. Love all, serve all. Follow the 5 human values in all dynamic principles. You can't go wrong. And if you do make a mistake, so what? We're human beings. Pick yourself up and walk on. Never give up.
Right.
Never. I've made a million mistakes in the 45, 50 years I've been meditating. A million. If I gave up, I think I would have given up last week. Every day we make mistakes. We're human beings. Just keep walking on. And at night, surrender to Swami, pray, Swami, I've made a mistake. Forgive me, please. Show me the correct way to handle this and that. Review your life every night and see where you could correct it. Do the right thing instead of maybe having made that mistake. How could you do it differently tomorrow? And don't worry if it takes 1,000 times. This is we're all here together. These are our last lifetimes. if we choose to not come back and help. I hope everybody comes back and helps.
Yes.
So, all right. Anybody else?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sorry, to hear you.
Sairam, this is Sanjeev. Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you.
You know, I'm a little bit on the other end of the spectrum. I would probably put myself in kindergarten as far as meditation is concerned.
Well, then you're with me because I'm in kindergarten.
So I have a little bit of a confession. You know, these days in particular, the last couple of weeks have been very difficult, and the mind has been incredibly agitated because of some things that are going on at work. And I make a conscious effort, you know, to get up early in the morning and sit. When I wake up, it's fine, but about 5 or 6 minutes, even, you know, by the time I sit down, you know, the mind's already, you know, agitated, and I'm struggling. And I kind of go into this, you know, negative feedback loop because I'm like, well, you know, so any suggestions on kind of how to extricate myself out of this so that I can meditate or contemplate?
Seriously, you have the dilemma that Arjuna had. The mind is like the wind. Try to catch it and make it steady. Okay. The only one that can do it is Sri Krishna. Only Sai Krishna. Only Swami. So we pray, Swami, keep my mind steady, but I just have to sit. I only have to say so. That's all. Mind can go off and do what it is. That is stress release. Gradually, mind comes under control. It took me probably a good 7 years before my mind was even a little bit steady. And Swami used to make fun of me all the time, monkey mind, monkey mind. So I'd say, Swami, you know, you take care of it. I don't know how to do that. You do it every time. And at one point, I almost stopped meditating. And he looked at me like, what? You know, like, don't be weak. You know, he looked at me like that. Don't be weak. Carry on. Don't give up. So here we are today. Mind is steady. Finally, thank God. Of course, other people's mental agitations come into us when we're leading meditation or with somebody. So we're radio receivers, the mind, and we can receive people's vibrations, mental agitations, emotional agitations. They come through us. Don't be attached to it. Just observe it like the clouds in the sky. And that's the attitude about the mind. The mind is, its nature is to rock and roll, just carry on, think about everything, protect us, find the food. It's not going to stop doing that just because we're sitting and meditating. And when we meditate a little bit, stress gets released, karma gets dissolved, and the mind begins to get agitated and continue. It thinks a lot when karma gets released and dissolved because it's like agitation at the fundamental core of our soul's existence and remembrances. And it's released. So the mind gets like bubbles coming up. You just sit and you wait. That's all. But the mind really, by 25 minutes, Swami says the mind's going to be really calm if you can sit that long. Now, sometimes it's taken me 50 minutes on a bad day, you know, in the past. It took me 50 minutes, or I'd be breathing heavy, but it would disappear eventually. It can't keep on going. Not in the face of Soham, not in the face of Om, not in the face of name and form, not in the face of Jyoti meditation. It just can't do it. And you pray into Swami, Swami, guide me, direct me, do it, do the meditation within me, Swami, come on. I surrender to you, Sharanagati, come on. And that type of prayer and meditation works.
And even 1 second of actual meditation, when the mind stops, it's timeless. So it's beyond the senses, it's beyond time. And if you get 1 second where you're in that space, it gives you tremendous peace.
And eventually, if you continue meditating, you're going to have the experience. Perseverance furthers. Swami says all you need is patience, perseverance.
Okay, thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, don't give up.
Sairam, can I share my experience?
absolutely. And I'm going to take a moment's break so Roseanne will hear it and
Sure.
she'll say it.
Yeah, 'cause we'll forget it.
I will be right with that.
Sairam, sister.
Around.
I've been trying to meditate for some time now. In the initial about a week or so, I naturally slept. You know, about half the time I was like just sleeping. I realized that, and then later, then I was awake, completely awake, and I was feeling a lot of quietness, a lot of quiet, peaceful feeling, and then you know, I made sure that I chant something, and I visualize Swami's form, and I chant Om Sai. That's what I was chanting, and repeated chanting with the you know, visualization of Swami's form in my mind led to their focus, and the concentration came in slowly. And the next about 6-7 days, and then from that time onwards, I started chanting the mantra more. You know, vigorously, and so the chanting led to a slow inflow into a peaceful state. That and then I forgot myself. I didn't know what was happening to me, and you know, I usually keep my alarm and very mild, low volume, and whenever the alarm was on, I know when the time was over, like about 20 minutes, I felt, oh no, I want to have this more, you know. So that's how I felt every time, and I'm continuing to do it, and I am very hopeful that, you know, we can definitely make progress. All of us can make it, Saira.
Wow, wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah, you can make it a little longer. You can make it a half hour instead of 20
Half hour. Okay.
If you're enjoying it. Swami says, you know, when he describes the Jyoti meditation, but this is for any meditation, you know, just stay in the thrill, you know, stay in it and enjoy it. And so once we get to a point where we can actually go into a state of meditation, it's so wonderful to give yourself another 5 or 10 or 15 minutes.
Thank you, sister. That's a good suggestion. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Anyone else?
Sairam sister.
Sairam.
Yeah. This is Ratna.
Sairam. Go.
Can I go ahead?
Go on, sister. Yeah, go on, sister.
Sairam. Yeah. I've been trying this meditation for the last few days now. The challenge that I've been having when I do it in the evening is I'm tired at the end of the day, and most of the times I go to sleep. So what happened? I tried to do it early in the morning around 4:30. What happens is there are too many thoughts. I try to focus on the form, and the form goes away after some time. And then I try to open my eyes again to get the form back to see picture of Swami. Or I also have heard about the thumb meditation. I try to equate it with Shivalinga and try to do that, but then the form goes away after some time, and then I have lot of these thoughts that come up, and after some time when it's like time, I feel that maybe if I had not sat and did the meditation, all these thoughts would not have even come to me. So I don't know. I'm trying to. I know well, all these people when they were talking, they are definitely in the advanced stages. I am in the preschool stage or the infant stage, I think. So how do I get over these thoughts, or is this normal to have, and how do I get over
You, what the gentleman before you said, he was having a lot of thoughts, and then eventually, or he was also falling asleep, and then eventually that released, because we're tired, you know, we're doing a lot, and so sometimes we do, especially at the beginning, fall asleep, and then the next stage is a lot of thoughts, and that can happen at any time, but we just easily and gently go back to what we're concentrating on. That's why Swami talks about concentration is the first step. You just keep coming back to it, coming back to so hum or whichever name and form, whichever you're doing, and don't be alarmed about that your mind wanders, because it's going to wander. It's just, that's what it does. And that's the story Swami says about the monkey, that, you know, you need to give it some work. So it goes up and down the pole, you know, and that's saying a mantra. And so we just very, very gently on ourselves, keep at it and bring ourselves back to whatever we're concentrating on.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I spent 4 years falling asleep every single meditation. The first
Okay.
3 to 7 years I spent thinking about a lot of things, including ice cream.
Sure.
Sairam.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, the other
Sairam, this is Brother Shankar from Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So this is honestly my third attempt at meditation. So the first attempt was I did transcendental meditation. I went to transcendental meditation with my dad when I was a 7-year-old, 8-year-old kid. So my father thought I had a problem, a squint in my eyes, and so the doctor recommended please take so that he'll feel comfortable during the surgery. So I couldn't continue on that.
Yeah.
My second attempt was at Isha Foundation.
Yeah.
There was a 45. So I was alarmed by the days. Oh, 45. Did I do it? So but honestly, this is the only thing. So they said 21-day meditation. There's only. So initially, I had the same initial experience as what brothers and sisters have been sharing. So falling asleep, not able to stay longer, sit longer, or your mind getting diverted to a lot of things. But in the second week, what I observed, so didn't do all the 21 days. I could go 2 days in the first week, and the second week was much better. I could sit always for a 1-hour session. Second week was 100% success, and the third like 3 or 4 days.
So in the
gradually is what I observed gradually is whenever I fall asleep, right, focus on the Om mantra or the Soham or so I'm passionate about singing bhajans to Swami, so I sing bhajans within me. So and then bring that form to me. So when I go 20 minutes of meditation I do, and the remaining 40 minutes I recite some bhajans within me, and then after the bhajans I come back to that Soham. So so my question is that a good practice to keep it going, or
yes,
it's only?
Yes, it's a good practice. You don't have to sit for an hour. You can sit for 30 minutes twice a day. Swami recommends, but if you can sit for an hour and you do have an hour, that's fine.
Yeah.
And that's an excellent.
And the reason why I took that hour is I'm not able to get up at the Brahma Muhurtam or there's some other time. So I usually tend to go after the light meal in the evening. Just before I go to bed, I take that 1 hour and then hit the bed right away.
Very good.
That's how I have been able to go the 1 hour distance, and to keep me focused so that I don't fall asleep. So I do a bhajan. So that's how.
Okay, that's fine. That's a good practice.
But I'm happy that this third attempt, I have gone the distance, if not 21 days. So and I'm going to focus more. So yeah.
Stop now.
So that's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
It will happen. It will happen. Sairam. You invoke and provoke Swami's grace when you meditate. It's that simple. You invoke it and provoke it. He has to respond. He said this. When people pray to me and meditate upon me in any form or name, and beyond form and name, both, I have to respond. It is my duty.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hi Ram, this is Kusuma from Orlando, Florida. I'm also in kindergarten when it comes to meditation. So I have one quick question. When I'm doing the meditation, all the time my mind is looking for something like, did I reach the goal? Did I reach the goal? Is that it, kind of a feeling? So how can I stop that? How can I stop my mind to look for something?
You can never stop the mind. Don't even try. It knows guerrilla warfare tactics. Don't even try.
So
Don't
is there a goal? Is there a goal I have to look for, or why my mind is looking for something? Or did I reach it? Is that it? Kind of a feeling.
Kasuma, you're already there. Everyone is. Just not paying attention to the silence behind the mind's thoughts and feelings. It's the white screen, just like behind the movie. The silence of your mind is always there. The mind, when it touches that silence, gets active and gets into agitation. Then one of the tricky things that it can do after the mind quiets down is, oh, I want to achieve. What happened to nishkama karma in meditation? Nishkama karma, remember that? Don't be attached to the fruits of the action, just act in righteousness, act correctly, and God will take care of the rest. That applies to meditation as much as anything else. You sit, you go, okay, Swami, I surrender to you, Sharanagati, you do it.
Okay.
There it is. That's enough.
Oh, is that not expecting something?
It's expecting something, but that expectation that you have in your mind is
Uh-huh.
another thought form, another stress being released, another dissolution of the karma of the past. Probably, you've been very attached to results in some other life, or maybe this one. So you
Yeah.
get that type of thing coming into your mind as a result. So you just let that go too. Let everything go. No need for anything in the mind. No need to pay attention to the mind at all. The mind is a tricky liar. It never tells the truth. The mind is not capable of seeing the truth. The truth is in you, and the mind hides it like the clouds hide the sun. Just don't pay attention to it. Watch it go by, watch it come, go. Thoughts come, go. Who cares? It doesn't mean anything. The silence of consciousness. Go where the silence leads you, the peace leads you there. Then you'll realize, oh, I'm in this peaceful state of awareness. Okay. And something will happen and you'll get sucked into the black hole of God. Because that's what happens. You sit in that state of I am. It's automatic. The source reveals itself eventually. And once you see that source, once you feel that source, that I am, and then I don't even have an awareness I am, I just am, then it's automatic. It will become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger automatically. That's Swami's grace there. No one could ever make it by their own effort alone. It's not possible. You always need the grace of God to dissolve the ego in the end. So implore Swami, Swami, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. Do it right. Live life right. He will. Love all, serve all. Do more love, more giving. That is the path to God. And meditation speeds it all up a lot.
And remember that it's concentration, contemplation, and then meditation. Swami says that we give our mind nice things to think about so that it becomes quieter. So if we're looking for a result, that doesn't make the mind quiet, it makes it more active. If we think how much we love Swami, how beautiful he is, then we just give our mind little nice things to think about instead of making ourselves feel bad about what we've achieved or not achieved.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Sairam.
Sairam both. This is
Yes.
Brinda from the mind. I I always wanted to meditate, but I really never sat or started on it. But after the Labor Day weekend, after attending your both session on meditation, I started working on it, and I could do the 21-day challenge, and then I'm continuing to do. Um, it is like an amazing feeling, but I don't have words to describe. It's just I started with 2 minutes. It was like, oh my God, I sat for a whole while, when I open my eyes, it's just for 2 minutes. and then slowly now I reach with 30 minutes, and I'm really liking the feeling of sitting in one place and then meditating. But sometimes I use Soham, sometimes it's like imagining Swami's form, sometimes I inhale Om and then I exhale Om Shri Sai Ram. So Om inhale and Shri Sai Ram exhale. That is helping me to concentrate for longer time. And sometimes I'm like floating in the air. I don't have any grip, even though my mudra of jnana are touching each other. I still can feel my fingers touching each other, and I don't know if I'm sitting or floating. I know I'm sitting in one place, but I get that wonderful feeling. And thank you for introducing meditation. I hope I continue, and I don't want to stop this meditation at all. Even for whatever while I can sit down and focus, I want to continue as long as I can. Thank you, both of you. Sairam.
No problem. Good. So when my mind is really active, I do Gayatri mantra. I just do Gayatri mantra. And then after a while of doing Gayatri mantra, it calms down. Sometimes the day has been very difficult, and a lot of people that I see are difficult, have difficult problems, and they're all in me. Just do Gayatri mantra. I do Sai Gayatri, and this has the effect of raising the vibration of my mind above those vibrations, and then it calms down. So any way that you can lead into your meditative process, that's the right way for you. Anyway, now I think it's time that we're going to lead meditation tonight. So if everybody would mute, and Roseanne's going to start it off, and I may come in, or depending on how it progresses, as Roseanne, at least we'll do the beginning. She may do the whole thing. We're not sure yet. It'll be apparent. Well, we can start with Soham, then name and form, then go to Jyoti, and just for the progression, and then who am I at the end? Okay.
I'll let you do that.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Being
Hope
so
that you
hard.
got your questions answered. So let's sit up straight and check your body. Make sure everything's nice and aligned. Your feet are on the floor. If you're sitting in a chair, flat on the floor. Feel your shoulders relaxed. Close your eyes. Let's check your body one more time. Make sure your neck and your shoulders are nice and relaxed. And just tell them to relax. Let go of the day. Just breathe normally. And start to breathe a little deeply. Feel the energy coming into you as you breathe. Prana. Just relax. Feel all tension leave your body as you exhale. Now notice when you inhale, what sound it makes. And when you exhale, the sound. Notice how our body is saying so as we inhale, and hum as we exhale. So Hum, breathing out. So, hum. Just let all the tension, all the anxiety, all the dis-ease, let it go. The dark clouds leaving your body and disappearing forever. The light is coming in as you're breathing in. Prana. So, hum. Just feel more and more relaxed. Let's do it on your own for a few minutes. If a thought comes in about work or about maybe your children's homework, just notice it. Give it to Swami. Say, Swami, you take care of this. I trust you. And then just breathe out. Let it all go. Breathe in so. Breathe out hum. So. Hum. Now we're going to do a little of Jyoti meditation, light meditation. We're going to concentrate. Keep breathing. So, hum. We're going to imagine a light, a candle flame in the center of our forehead. Use your imagination. Picture the flame. Just concentrate. If a thought comes in or something distracts you, just go back to the flame. See it shining in the center of your forehead. And just watch it. Now it's getting brighter. Watch it get brighter. Shining out. Feel like it's traveling and making a path into your heart center, in the center of your chest. And feel it and see it, visualize it. In the center of the chest. And that is our heart chakra. Now, reconcentrate on the flame. See it there now, shining brightly. This light is shining out. Feels warm. It's just shining light out. We feel like we're just melting in the light. It's getting brighter. Visualize it getting brighter. It's just filling our chest. This light. It's bathing all our organs in this light, this healing light, this relaxing light. Feel it filling the lungs with light. The heart is filled with light. Everything is working perfectly. Everything is healthy. Feel the other organs, your digestive system, all filling with light. Liver, pancreas, intestines, all filled with light. Everything is healthy and happy. At ease. Just keep breathing and visualizing. Let this light shine down, getting brighter and brighter, shining down into your legs. Feel it down the right leg, all relaxing, all the muscles. All the tendons are relaxed into the feet. The feet are relaxed, the toes. Just like your empty tube filled with light. Feel it down the left leg, shining down from the heart into the legs. Your knees are happy and perfect. Your ankles are relaxed and your feet just relaxed, full of light. Full of light and healthy. And feel the shining light filling your arms and your shoulders. Just totally relaxed, totally filled with light. And going down the right arm. Arm is filled with light into the tips of your fingers, all filled with light. Just relax. The left arm is filled with light and filled down to your fingertips with light. And your throat shining with light. Thyroid is working perfectly. Your metabolism is perfect. Your appetite is perfect. It's filled with light. We no longer desire that which is not good for us, but only healthy food. So your tongue filled with light, and the words that we speak, our voice box and our tongue, are filled with love. and truth. Feel the light shining there. It's getting bigger and bigger, and it's coming into your ears. And they hear the divine love that everyone shares. It remains hidden, except that we have to look. Let us hear and see now. Let the eyes be filled with light. We look and we see the divine in everything. We look with the eyes of love at everything. Everything is perfect. It may appear to our mind is not perfect, but it is in God's light perfect. It's in God's will perfect. Everything. Just feel this light shining in your brain, filling it with peace. Oh, this light is shining in us and it's filling our forehead. Our third eye, where we started, is filled with light. We see the divinity always. See beyond the illusion, the light. Feel it at the top of your head. This light has filled your body up to the top of your head. Just feel the thrill. Swami says, feel it, how wonderful it is. Feel it at the top of your head. Just light.
If it's difficult to get from the forehead to the top of the head, just imagine the sun rising in your forehead at the horizon that travels through the sky of consciousness to the high noon in the sky at the top of your head, and then shines through your head into the surrounding area, an inch above your head even, and all around you. Take your time and never force it. If it's hard to concentrate, just let the mind settle on Om. While you visualize this, the Om in the mind will take you home. Creates the right vibration. It's a golden path home. Om, I am. So wherever you may be in this meditative process, don't push it. Just stay where you feel most comfortable and continue doing that. But if you can go through the top of your head and let yourself become the fountain of light, which you really are, and the sun shining within you shines through the boundaries of the body, you become shining with the sunlight of love, Swami's love within you, shining forth to all beings, family, friends, so-called strangers, acquaintances, so-called enemies, even all the light of consciousness, your own self in so many different varieties and forms. Om, I am that I am. Let go of the mind and its limitations. Use the mind to see yourself as you truly are, a soul shining forth with love, in a body, the temple of light in which you dwell. I am that I am. Om. Shining forth into the community around you, shining forth unto the world. All are the light of God, all consciousness embodied. Om. Let Swami and you do the work. You sit, keep letting go. Keep letting go into the Om that takes you home to the heart of God. I am that I am. Let it all go. Feel the deepening peace. Silence behind the mind's thoughts and feelings is always there. I am that I am. Om. Let your light shine. Don't hide it under a bushel. Let it shine. Become a lighthouse unto humanity and all beings. By Swami's grace. Om. God. It's all God. All Father, Mother, God. Everywhere. Everyone. All the time. Let this whole earth be filled with the light of love, the light of peace, the light of God. And the sky and the clouds. And beyond them the stars and the space between them. The body of God, this creation is. Om. I am that I am. The source of creation, the source of Om. Raindrops return to the ocean. Become the ocean. Be the ocean. I am that I am. Hum Ramasmi. Om. Let it all go. You were never not. Always eternity. Immortality. We were never born and we will never die. Om. Let it all go. No labels necessary. Om, I am, and the source of Om. Let it all go. May our beloved Swami's grace be with us and upon us. He is the one meditating, the one meditated upon, and the meditator. I am that I am. All sounds are only the sound of Om. Internal, external, all thoughts and feelings, only the sound of Om. All the external sounds in this world, only the sound of Om. And all the Oms lead home. I am. And the source of that thought. Feelings may come up like waves on the surface of the ocean. You are the ocean, deeper than the waves. You are the ocean. Om. Om. It's all God. Don't let the mind's agitations, its thoughts, its feelings distract you from reality. Like a laser beam, lock into truth. I am that I am. Aham Brahmasmi. Om. Lock in like a laser. The mind in this state of consciousness is just smoke and mirrors. Nothing real about it. Just a bunch of memories and desires and attachments. Nothing real about it. I am that I am. Aham Brahmasmi. Om. Om. And let the love in your heart take you there. Om. To the Om. Om. Swami. Thank you. Thank you, Swami. Thank you. Forbearance. Ask yourself this question in your state of consciousness. Who am I really? Who am I? I'm not the body. It's growing older day by day, and I'm not changing much inside. Just watching it grow older. I'm not the mind with its thoughts and feelings that I can observe. I can watch the mind's thoughts and feelings. So who am I? Who is it that's watching? You can say it's the higher mind watching the lower mind. Okay. But you can watch yourself watching yourself. Who am I? Not the body mind, not the personality or ego. Who am I? Home. Swami tells us, I am God, I am not different from God. I am Sat Chit Ananda, truth, consciousness, bliss. Grief and anxiety can never affect me. I'm ever content. Fear cannot enter me. We are God. We are not different from God. The glory of truth through the power of love. Oh. So now notice in your consciousness where you are. Notice how you feel. And how did you feel before meditating tonight? How do you feel now? This is closer and maybe even truly who you are. Much closer to it. And this is how daily life should be lived in this state of consciousness. Meditating regularly, you'll get there. We all will. All of us little grains of sand returning into the universe, into God's heart. Love is the way. Meditation speeds it all up. A lot. Om. So begin to come back into the body now. Notice where your heart center is. It's the altar in the temple of the body. The eternal flame of love, God's consciousness in us, is on that altar, burning brightly throughout the day and night, even when we don't realize it. It's still there, burning brightly. Let's pay attention to it more and more each and every day, each and every moment through the day. Eventually, even in the night while sleeping, the body sleeps, but the soul stays awake. The mind dissolves into that. There's real freedom. So come back into the body. This is a great, joyful path. We have tremendous hope, faith. What a treasure Swami has promised to give all of us. Freedom itself, God itself. Om, thank you, Swami. Gratitude, forbearance, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Thank you, Swami. What a life you lived and still do. for including us all in it, sharing your teachings with us. Thank you, Swami. And if you go to bed at night, always think, Swami, come to me, teach me my dreams. You may know it, you may not know it. He'll always come if you ask. Ardently, if you ask. Repeatedly, he will come. Persist until he does. Teach you in your dreams. Take care of you throughout the day and night. Swami, you're our heart. You're our soul. You're our life. Flow through us, love through us, live through us, speak through us, act through us, share through us, love through us, until there's no more us. Only come back in now. Come back into the heart center. Come on down in at your own pace. You can stay there if you like, all night if you want. But if you'd like to come back, now is the time. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out through the heart center again. Coming into the body, coming down in, condensing back into that 5 or 6 by 3 or 2 or even 4, it doesn't matter. Going back into that temple. Consciousness dwells eternal in the body of love. The temple of God. That's Om for peace in this world with closed eyes. Just use this energy and let people wake up in this world. Let them find peace, let them find love, let them cooperate, let them want to do the right thing, Dharma. Follow the path of Dharma, the Sanatana Dharma. How wonderful that is. Let them want to love each other, share with each other, help each other, never hurting anyone. Clarion call of love. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. God calls us all back home. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining together and meditating. You can open your eyes when you feel comfortable doing so. Take a good 2 to 3 minutes adjusting before activity. A good 2-3 minutes to open the eyes slowly and return to the present on earth. Feet in the ground, feet in the forest, head in the forest. I'm thinking of the forest of trees. I like to think of myself as a tree grounded deeply in the Mother Earth, the roots of life and love, traveling to the core of the Mother Earth and connecting there. Head in the forest, hands in the community, feet planted firmly on earth. A dog needs water. How's everybody doing? We have 5 minutes. If anybody wants to share anything, they're certainly welcome to open.
Meet the dog.
That dog, a big one, 100-pounder.
Did we meet him or her?
Meet him? Okay. Excuse my pajamas.
Amazing, wonderful experience. Thank you so much, Sairam.
There he is.
Oh, what's his name?
Got very excited.
He's our mascot. You know, like Vishnu has Garuda, I think.
No.
We have fairy.
Be careful, be careful.
So how's everybody doing?
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Roseanne, so much. We appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for the bliss.
Thank you. Meditate every day regularly. We'll all get there someday soon.
Thank you so much, brother. This
Ram.
was a very deep experience today as we are just moving along with more and more meditation sessions with you. We're very thankful for that.
Thank you for giving
Hi,
us.
Ram, everybody.
Jai Rama, good night.
Thank you
night.
so much. Thank you.
Ram.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
You all.
Thank you.
Bye, Ram.